So once again, it's time to set up the new month in our bullet journal, and it's already June. And as all of us know, we cannot really travel this summer, or we can't travel this summer, but I am really longing for it. So I want to make this month like a tribute to traveling, because I think all of us will appreciate it a lot more when we will be able to do it again. But I am, of course, not going to have like a plane and stuff like that. I am more going to like adapt the theme to what I can actually do in terms of traveling this summer. So in Sweden, we can still go 2 hours from home by car. So I will be able to see new places, but I will not like have the Eiffel Tower in my Polaroids. I will more have like mountains, a bike, like stuff like that. And I can still carry a bag. So that's what I'm thinking for this month. So let's start with the cover spread. So for the cover spread, I'm just going to write out June with this. I don't know why this font reminds me of like traveling, but it just does. So I'm going to write out June and also sketch out the little doodles, the travel doodles I'm having. A little Polaroid camera and some Polaroids. And then we'll fill it in with the colors I'm choosing for this month. So for this page, I'm just going to write out a quote, and the quote I've chosen is "Appreciate the little things in life," which I think all of us, or most of us, kind of learned to do during these times, and I think it's important to continue to think that way. So I'm going to mix it up with the lettering just to make it a little more interesting. So I want the color scheme for this theme to be kind of vintagey or like sepia. So I wanted to go in browns and beiges, and that is the only 2 colors I'm going to be using. This is the Koi coloring brush pen in dark brown, and this is the Tombow dual brush pen in 992. So I think these are the only 2 pencils I'm actually going to use for coloring in this whole theme, just to keep it like, as I said, kind of sepia toned, look like old pictures from back in the days. So that's it for the cover spread. Now let's move on to the monthly calendar. So I'm going to do my monthly calendar in a similar way that I usually do. This time it's 6 by 5 grid spaces to be able to fit it like this. And it's because I wanted to have my habit trackers on the same page this time. Also down here I'm going to do my growth tracker for YouTube and Instagram. And if you haven't seen, we are only 100 people away from hitting 10,000 subscribers, which is a really big deal for me and something I've been having as a goal for a really long time. So if you are enjoying my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate if you did. And yeah, it will be really cool to hit that number. But I'm going to start with sketching everything out, and then we'll see what I will do for the colors on this spread. So I don't know where it stopped recording, but I can't decide if I want to make boxes in the habit trackers or if I should just write out the numbers and then make circles. I think I may be going to do that because I had the squares last time, like now in May. It looked like this, and I do think it looks really nice, but I just want to switch it up a little bit. So I'm going to write out all the numbers of the month, and yeah, just make little circles also in the boxes to write out the numbers of the days. So for now I'm going to leave the monthly spread like this, but I think I'm going to go back and fill out the empty spaces with some doodles maybe. But for now I'm going to leave it like that, and we'll move on to the mood tracker and the monthly memories page. So for the mood tracker I'm going to draw a little Polaroid camera again and 30 Polaroid pictures, and then of course I'm going to fill the boxes out depending on my mood throughout the month. So I'm just going to write out the numbers on each Polaroid, and it will represent a day. And then my monthly memories page, I always, at the end of the month, print out little pictures from my phone with my HP printer, and I think it will fit about 4 or 5 maybe pictures here. So I'm going to leave a lot of empty space. So this is how I'm going to leave this spread, because at the end of the month this is going to be filled in and the mini pictures from the month will be here, so I don't want it to look too cluttered, so I'm going to leave it quite simple. So now let's move on to the weekly spreads. So for the weekly spreads I'm also keeping it quite simple, but I'm going to go for the same type of font, or the numbers will have the same type of style as the lettering on the first spread, and I'm going to divide it, like I'm doing these big numbers, and that basically divides the 2 weeks because I don't want it to be a lot of lines and stuff. I'm just going to divide it with lines between each day, but not between the weeks. And I'm also doing 2 weeks at each spread because I want to save up a little bit of space for the next couple of months. This is what I want the weekly spreads to look like, so I'm going to do the exact same thing on the last one, and then I'll go back to add some doodles on the monthly spread. So we're back at this spread because, as I said, I want to doodle a little bit because it feels empty in some spots. So I'm going to sketch out like some sunglasses and maybe a few more bits, and then I'll outline it and fill it in with one of the 2 colors. So here is the final flip through of my June setup. I hope you like it. If you do, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. I really like the vintagey theme of this month and how quite simple it is. I hope you do too. Have a great day, night, or morning, or whenever you're watching this, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!